Okay, hello and welcome to the Alliance live show, episode 148. We're ready to talk some galactic challenges. There's not much news this week. Anyway, new news or new updates in the game. So we're just going to dive into the Death Star version of the galactic challenges. Also, there was a post on the forums about feedback that they've gotten from the player base on galactic challenges and rewards, so we'll talk a little bit about that. But before we dive in, let me go ahead and introduce the wonderful group that joins me every week. The very handsome gentleman that is not available via camera today is good old Maurice. He's here with us on audio. How you doing, brother?
Hey guys, how's it going?
We're also joined by the lovely and talented RangerJ1999.
I hate you.
We're also joined...
I hate you so much.
We're also joined by Avinash. How you doing, Abby?
I'm doing great.
Excellent, excellent. So we've got the whole crew here tonight, and I really love doing these shows, guys. I mean, I love this team, so I'm excited to talk about a few things. Yes, we'll get into Darth Sion. We'll definitely get into that question here in a few moments. So for the few comments, so what's up, Nightmare, Mike Yench? Hey, in San Diego, you said you got your Wampa to Gear 13. Congratulations. Oh. Congratulations, absolutely. Darth Sion has a question. We'll get to that in a moment. Nightmare is excited about Avinash being here tonight. Excited. Very excited.
Should be, yes.
Inez. And anyway, let's so I have not done my Death Star challenges yet, and we're going to dive in like last time, and we're going to take a look at this for the first time together. So we're going to experience this as a team, everybody. So this level 60 Thrawn here is going to give me trouble. So what's the feat? So what are the requirements for this one?
You're going to have to figure it out.
Well, let's take a look. Battle the oppressive
I'll
Imperial
have to
force
take a
of the
look too.
distance.
I have not done them yet.
So on target bounty hunter teams. Okay, so it's bounty hunter teams. All right. So we need to use our bounty hunter squads. So you must be ready to go, Ray. This was like your event. I mean, you got the Mandalorian and Grief Karga.
No problem. The only thing I didn't get done on this was I didn't get the rewards for 3 and 5 because they're not all. Or sorry, they're not that relic level. But I wasn't going to go. I mean, they're relic, but I'm just not going to spend scrap on them just for some gear. So, but yeah, I beat it with no problem.
Okay. All right. So I'll dive in here and do some of this now. First, I wanted to mention some stuff that's here on the forums. So there was a dev post for Galactic Challenges feedback the other day. It says, thank you all for the great feedback on Galactic Challenges. We've been reviewing your comments along with our data, and there are several areas we're looking to make changes. We want to finish the exhibition to gather as much data as possible before we start tinkering with the system, but one of the most beneficial parts of using our new tools is it enables us to respond to your feedback faster. A large step of this journey was building the tools and framework needed to create more events efficiently. But the next steps are all about expanding the variety and complexity of galactic challenges. We are already working on the expand faction, planets, feats, and modifiers over time. We would like to be making additional changes before the next set of events. Rewards are where we've seen the most concern. For the initial conception of galactic challenges, we plan to evolve the rewards over time, but there are some rewards that just don't feel valuable. Looking at use sim tickets, part of this is due to the fact that we tune the rewards conservatively for the exhibition, and this would be somewhat mitigated by running the events more frequently in the future, but we are reviewing all the rewards for the event across the board, but particularly at the lower tiers. Related to this, we've heard your feedback on the proportion of rewards for completing a tier versus the feats. We'll be closely re-examining this ratio. Gear feats were intended to reward players for for building up their roster and provide value over time, but the current format feels at odds with the more event-specific nature of the other feats. The last area I'll mention today is the event duration. I think we can all agree that 7 days is much too long for this type of event, and we'll be gathering more data over the next few weeks as you get your hands on the shorter duration events. Our current thinking is that Galactic Challenges will likely run for 2 to 3 days, but we will be watching your feedback over the next events. Thank you, and again, for your extensive feedback, and a reminder that this is our initial read on Galactic Challenges. We will continue to read and watch feedback and are eager to see the results of the next events. So, basically what I unpacked from that is that lots of people went to the forums and complained about the rewards, right? So, I guess they're saying they're going to address that, but they're saying that because the events are going to be running more frequently, that's going to kind of offset how much rewards that we're getting per event, because they're going to be more frequent. You're going to be getting, a smaller amount of rewards on a more regular basis, is what they're saying there, basically.
I think the fact that they're responding is a positive thing, right? The fact that they've addressed what the community's saying is a positive thing. I think one thing that, the last couple of days have been talking about this, Cut Stream and other places, and I think we're in agreement. Those are all really good, right? Identifying, doing what we're doing for the rewards we're getting and addressing the length of time and all those things. Those are wonderful. The fact that CG's talking, great, right? We want more of that. The thing is, still doesn't address is the fun. This is just, this is basically Galactic Assault 2.0.
Right.
I mean, it's interesting, it's a little different, but it's not fun. It's a little challenging, right? And it can be challenging for lower tiers, especially if you're working on teams on the way up, but it's just more of a gear check than an actual, fun check. It's not immersive like with some of the other things they've done. So I think that's something they need to address as well.
Yeah. What do you think, Maurice? What do you think about Galactic Challenges so far?
Well, I think they can fix a lot of it if they end up going and giving us this every 2 days. I think then the rewards aren't as bad. I think that's the easiest fix. Like the week long, and even he said in the post when he said we agree, which means them as well. So I mean, I don't think they'd have to tweak it much if they do it every couple days. A week long is just not enough. It's too far apart to make an effort to really go after these movements.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, you're not going to have everything, right? There's going to be some, like Ranger has great bounty hunters. I couldn't even do the 5th tier of bounty hunters. So, but, if they do it every 2 days, then it's not as frustrating. You can just, maybe next one would be Rebels. I have good Rebels. Maybe the next one would be Sith. The first one was Sith. Everyone had a great time with that. Everyone has Sith. So, we'll see. That again, it'll be adjusted, and I think a lot of good points were made on the Jedi Academy the week after. The more and more people mention it and discuss it, the more I think that eventually they will implement some sort of currency, like a new store. I think that makes a lot of sense. I don't know. I don't know. These feat rewards are laughable for the undersized and the, with all 5 stay with your whole team standing. That one's those are a joke, but
yeah, especially at the upper echelon because they're way harder, right? To do these is one thing. I mean, if you have a Galactic Challenge and you're like, well, I got this, no problem. And you go into Rain Kylo, I mean, it's like game over. You're going to get it. But for everybody else, it's a lot tougher, especially when you get to like tier 5 and up. It's really stupid. It's like, and I was doing that the other day. On Friday, I spent 4 hours, just drinking. But hanging out with everybody with Avinash, we were trying all kinds of different stuff, and it was really just on tier 5. Just put the AI on auto and see what's going on, and it's for what you get for it, it's really not worth it.
No, it's not worth it at all. But
DSP made a donation, $1.99. Thank you very much. It says only have to relic 5 all factions for meaningful rewards in Galactic Challenges.
That's all. Yeah, that's all you have to do. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
What's going on, Lord Megatron? And then Mike Yem says he's a little bit disappointed in Galactic Challenges. And what's going on, Thane Kyrell? Yeah, I mean, yes.
I'm just, I haven't even done this one yet. I haven't even done it.
I mean, and that says a lot. Abby has like 17, maybe even 18 accounts. You know what I mean? So, I mean, like, you know, if she hasn't done it yet, it's not worth it. Right? So, it's like, I agree. I mean, this was our concern right off the bat when they were first coming up with this or discussed it or announced it was, are the rewards going to suck? Also, is there any kind of fun to it? And it really just does seem like I guess like you said, kind of like the military might event. You know what I mean? Basically, like, you know what I mean? It just seems like not really the military might event, but what was it? What was your comparison just a moment ago? What was the challenge that you discussed, Ranger?
What, the Galactic Challenges, or just basically Galactic Assault?
Galactic Assault, pretty much like Galactic Assault. Yeah. Also, like,
I mean, yeah, it's there's no fun to it. You know, so if you look at like some of the events, like the Malik event, why was it so much fun? It was a challenge because you had to figure out the pattern. Like we made the comparison of like those, a lot of games that you played that you really like, where you go through all these boss phases and you get new powers, and then you go in and then you have the boss fight. But the boss fight, you have to figure out like what's the pattern, right, and how you're going to defeat it. It takes strategy and skill and understanding like what the weaknesses are. And this is just.
I just got 4 grief cargo shards. Yes, I'll take that. Yeah. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just got excited for a second. I'm sorry.
Well, you gotta get excited about what you get. Yeah. Those great target cards, those are pretty important.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically Galactic Assaults 2.0, and it's less battles, but the rewards aren't there. Excuse me, and it's not fun. I mean, they add the global effects to it, which makes it interesting, but it doesn't make it fun. It doesn't make it a challenge other than, like, it kind of limits you. Like, the thing that I don't like about Galactic Challenges, and I do see the potential, so, is that, again, it's pigeonholed. And that's the one thing I didn't want. Like, if you really want good stuff, you have to be pigeonholed. And one, it's not even a gear check, it's a team check, right? So, like, if you really want the good stuff, you have to have the really good teams, and it's geared with the relic check. It's like, well, the event's already not fun, but now you're saying to get even decent rewards, no.
Yeah, I want something that's going to be fun. I don't want to just have to stick something on auto and hope for the best.
Yeah, like the Luke event. I mean, we all agree the Luke event was awesome, but why was it awesome? It's the same game footage, but it felt immersive as part of a story, right? It was cool dynamics and cutscenes and things of that nature.
But that's the problem with this. Didn't they mention the Luke event when they were talking about Galactic Challenges? Like how they were glad that people liked the Luke event and that they're going to be doing similar things in Galactic Challenges? This doesn't seem anything like that.
I don't remember them saying that. They did say, if I remember, that they had good positive results and they were going to try to do more stuff like the Luke event, but I don't think that they are applying the same principles to Galactic Challenges, right? I mean, just think about it. Like, if you're in the Death Star, you're going with the Rebels, you can make it this whole thing of like different levels of facing just mobs, right?
Why are the bounty hunters the faction for the Death Star? I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that afterwards. Yeah, just go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
We'll try to talk about it now, but I mean, there's so much they can do with it. So I see the potential. I'm interested in seeing the changes. Maybe they said in their post that because of the new software and things that they've implemented, that they're going to be able to do some more cool things. So hopefully with all this feedback, they not only change the gear, these are basic things, gear, rewards, things of that nature, but like they really think about outside the box, like how can they make this more interactive and more fun. PvP side of things is easy to do because it's us versus us. Right, you just have to set the format for us to play us in some kind of PvP.
Yeah,
PvE is different. You have to make it a game that's a game that is worth wanting to do. So, yeah.
Well, they can make it so that at the beginning is when you kind of like start your quest, at the lower level, and you can have like different rooms, and you have to kind of figure out a puzzle. Maybe for the first one, you do a little battle because it's a light battle just to get into the doorway. Once you're in the doorway, then you need to work something out. And then you go through another doorway or something, or a corridor, and you have to figure something else out, but you also have a battle. So it could increase, you could have just one battle, but you need to do maybe a couple other things in the meantime to kind of get through the Death Star, or get through a ship, or on land, get to a specific location or something to do the final battle.
Or just have 7 different battles. Don't have us do the same one 7 times.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking, something more immersive and interactive along the way as you get up in the tiers type of a thing. So,
well, it's just even unlike like this, there's nothing really for the community to interact with. Is my issue with it. Like, do you have the gear? Yes, then you can beat it. Do you not have the gear? No. It's not like even some of these assault battles, like the Ewok, when people are using like Thrawn Lee with Grievous and BB-8, we're all interacting with each other, showing videos how to do it. There's nothing really to cover on this. And from a content creator standpoint, I think a lot of guys were kind of on the fence about it, but they knew they were hoping at least it was something else to cover. Because right now you've got Grand Arena, and that's really about it. This is not something like you could do it in 5 minutes. And then that's it. It's not really. I don't think it's as strategic as most people were hoping. There's not much strategy involved. Do you have Relic 5 bounty hunters? Yes, go for it. Good. Do you not?
For me, if I can't stick it on auto, then forget it.
Do you not have Galactic? Do you not have Rebel 5 bounty hunters? No problem. Throw your Kylo in. You got it. Again, this is the second one I could auto with Kylo, which is. Nice for me, but
yeah, Galactic Legends and even Luke make this event a little bit.
Galactic Legends changed the game for everybody.
Yeah, and I always don't. When I do the events, I write it in with both Galactic Legends. And I don't have the ultimate on Kylo, but I didn't need it because he just gets pissed off and goes on a rampage, and then it's like winning.
What I'm excited about with Galactic Legends is actually I'm excited, like when I get Kylo to try raids again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Kylo will be interesting. I would like to try to solo the try to get the solo the Sith raid with Kylo.
You said Kylo Ren again.
Kylo Ren. Yeah, I agree. It seems like kind of repetitive content, and that's pretty much. And maybe they didn't say specifically they were going to do stuff like the Luke event. Maybe I'm just thinking wrong, but I just do remember them making it seem like they were going to make this seem fresh, and that they were going to kind of. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Brendo? How you doing? I just remember them saying like they were going to make this like because of the modifiers. And because of the faction requirements, that they were going to make this seem kind of fresh every day, and there was going to be constantly like an unending amount of content out of this, and it just seems like another boring challenge. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it feels like, and so it's got potential. So I'm at out of a 10, I'm at a 6 out of 10 because there are some parts of it that are good. I'm waiting to see what the final product is going to be before I give a really good score, because I know it's an exhibition, so I'm keeping that in the back of my mind. Like, they're just getting testing done to see what people like, they don't like, see if they would respond, and then what are the changes that they're going to make that they think are necessary. Then I can actually respond to it more than I can right now, because it's still new, and this isn't going to be the final product. I'm hoping that's what they're saying it's not going to be, and that the next round, the next ones are going to be 3 days each, and they're supposed to start implementing new changes there. So let's see what they do. Let's see, as they take this feedback, what they do with it, and then we can give a better critique of Galactic Challenges. It's cool to give our initial thoughts and say what we like and what we don't like, and let them balls in CG's court. Let's see what they do with it. Right? They pass it to us. You're like, I don't like this, and put it back to them. See what they can come up with.
Well, just right now, it's an optional game mode, right? Which is it's not a terrible thing, but the way this was hyped up, like, it's optional. The rewards aren't nearly good enough to warrant anybody getting stressed out or feeling any sort of pressure to go after it. And if you don't have the stuff, if you don't participate, you're not really missing out on anything. And those that have the stuff, it's a nice little boost. But like, there's like the raid comes out, everyone's scrambling to get their teams together, trying to figure it out. You know, leveling up obscure characters, saving characters, you know, dumb stuff just to make it work. And this is like, either have it or you don't. Who cares if you don't? So at least in my opinion, like I
agree with you. Yeah, that comes to that fun part I was talking about, Maurice.
Yeah,
how can they make it fun and interesting, right?
Yeah.
To where we're engaged, like, okay, this is different. Okay, this is challenging. Because even eventually we will beat it like we beat everything in the game. But if you can sit there and say, you know, that was cool. Like the Malik event, I don't mind going back into the Malik event because it's fun. It was fun, you know. And I'm just like, this was a good event. I would do the Jedi Luke event again just for fun because I enjoyed it. You know, so if you're going to eventually beat it, that's what the game's purpose is. But you have a memorable experience. Like, you know, I really enjoyed that. You know, it's like you watch an anime and you really loved it. You go back and watch it again because it's just so damn good, or a book you really love. So they need to kind of get people thinking like that. And I'm just watching Rewan get slaughtered. Oh, boy.
Yeah. It's just, you know, TMoney made a good point last Thursday, and that this might not be, they might not be trying to dig in wallets. They might just be trying to get the time in game spent up in terms of like statistics. And it will. You know, there's some of us that don't care as much. You might spend 10 extra minutes, but there's some people just like the tier 2 and 3. They'll spend 2 hours trying to get those rewards, which is fine. You know, there's just, this caters, I guess, to certain people perhaps. I mean, if they're not going to change it at all, I mean, it just, I don't know. I don't want to call it, I don't really have an opinion, I guess, because just like you, I don't want to jump to conclusions that it's completely different after this trial period. So
yeah, we have to. You have to be fair, right? We're being fair. You can say what you like and don't like about it initially, but then what do they do about it? Then you can start really.
Right.
Then you can lay into them a little bit. If it's garbage, it's garbage. You say it's garbage. It's your opinion. Everything's subjective, but. You know, if you can be constructive about like it's the rewards suck still, it's not fun, it's not interesting. You should start listing things out and list out why. But I think being a little fair, although CG has really burnt a lot of bridges over the years about some of their stuff. But let's see what they do with it. I was pleasantly surprised seeing them respond because they've hardly ever done that before, where they responded almost immediately to the feedback and said, "Hey, we're listening. Keep it coming." I was like, that's different. That gave me a little bit of hope. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't mean that, like, the back of my mind, I'm not sitting there going, "All right, you burned me before. I'm gonna be a little cautious."
Well, it's just going back to the we part. I think it's the first time this entire time I've ever played the game they said we, including the developers and the player base. You know, I think that was a step in the right direction. We'll see. I don't want to be a pessimist. There's not much there. Like, I think the game mode itself is set. The only thing they can really tweak at this point is the rewards and like the duration of the event. I don't see them going in and making crazy overhauls to the game.
I really don't either. So it'll be what it is. It'll be Galactic Challenges 2.0 or Galactic Assault 2.0, and it'll give you something to shoot for with your teams. Although not most of us will not be sitting there going, "Oh, I've got to beat that." At tier 7 of this Galactic. No, it'd be like the other one. It's like challenge tier 3. Some of them I can beat, some of them I can't. If I can't beat them, like, oh well, I'm not just going crazy for this. And I don't think anybody else is either.
Brendo Macabo says that it's kind of like the single patty version of the Big Mac.
What's up, Brendo? I haven't seen you in a while, man.
Yeah. Well, one of the things is that you know, when people do, you know, make complaints or whatever, that they need to be civil about it and respectful about it. Do it in such a way that you're just not complaining, but give ideas, or how can it make it better, instead of saying, "Oh, this is just pure junk. This is just so stupid. How could you guys do something like this?" You know, it's something that game developers hear all the time anyway, and it's like, well, that comment doesn't give us anything to go with. So if people are going to complain about it, do it in a nice way and say, "Look, you know, I'm not."
Oh my God! What just happened? Oh my God. How did they kill my Malik before I even moved?
Much
Well,
better
you
than
can,
just
you can
bitching.
bitch.
Yeah,
It
you
can
can
be
bitching's
I mean, you
fine as
can't-
long as you have, like I always say,
Oh,
bitching's cool. Sometimes people need to get their ass bitched out, but you have to have a solution to it
Yes,
as well.
yeah. You got to offer an alternative, and what you
Right.
think is missing. Like you can't just the rewards suck. Period. In the post, like that's not good. That's not going to be helpful at all.
Exactly.
Like, so-
Yeah.
it's the rewards suck. You can make them better by A, B, C, and then that's constructive.
Nightmare, that's a low blow, my friend. That's a low blow.
What do you do?
He said, just use your gas here. Oh, wait. And then he blew me a kiss.
Oh,
Yeah. Do I have mods on? Yes, I do have mods on. Okay. I know.
do you? Should we check your characters?
That's funny.
We could double check. There's mods over here. I'm just afraid every time I click on a character that there's not going to be mods on there. Oh, wow. HK47 is missing a mod. Let's see.
I'll tell you
here.
one thing. I just did a ship battle, and a triple Zeta R7 Vader ship is still pretty disappointing.
I agree. I really thought that it was going to beef up a little bit, and it goes down just as fast as it ever did.
Granted, I'm not using it with Tarkin or Thrawn, but still, it's like, okay, you do a little more damage. But that's all. I just played a ship battle. That's the first time I used it in a while. It was underwhelming, to say the least.
I don't know. We get ready for the next GAC round. We're in the middle of TW, and the game goes on. We'll see what they do. I mean, all we can do is react to it, give us our honest feedback and constructive feedback. So we'll see what they do and just kind of go from there. I'm waiting to see after the changes they make, and then what comes of it. Then I can really go in and say, okay, you're listening, but are you really listening? Those kind of statements. But I think you guys need to continue with, if you're sending in your constructive feedback, that's all you can do. Now, it's up to the company whether they listen and really listen and implement the changes that the community on the whole agrees with. And if they don't, that's on them, and they'll suffer the consequences. So, and then I blame Finn.
Exactly.
That's the only way to go.
Yeah.
So we got more comments here. So Hermes Awakened Empire says rewards, etc. are such an obvious change needed to be made. I feel we're all being played.
Could be. We'll know more later, and we'll be able to say that.
Brendo says, I can't wait to level my car to Relic 5 to get some sweet gray mods.
Oh yeah, Old Republic. Like that. I don't know if it was. This is probably pure speculation. I can't remember if I read this thing, but basically, I think the map modifiers are probably going to be uniform for each of the maps. But then you'll just cycle in this, just alternate the player and enemy ones, and they'll just swap the factions around. I don't think, from a lore standpoint, these will make sense very often. Like I think it's just like this is on the Death Star, but maybe next time we get the Death Star, it'll have the same Death Star perk, but then it will be Rebels versus Night Sisters or something. Like I could see it just being alternating, which I mean I guess keeps it fresh to some extent, but at the same time it's going to be the same. But we'll see. Hope, optimism. Gotta stay optimistic.
That's all you can do. Just stay positive. Oh, Jesus. All right, whatever. It is what it is. But anyone else having issues while trying to level mods, go to push it up one level and it jumps to either level 15 or the bottom. I'm even on a big phone. I don't know. I haven't had that issue. I don't think anybody else has. It's probably just your phone. You probably just have you're probably just trying to play on a flip phone, my friend. Try to play on a flip phone. No, Daniel McCracken. I don't know. That hasn't happened to me. If anybody else has experienced that in the chat, definitely.
No.
But no, to me, I haven't seen that.
And I go back to I blame Finn's previous statement.
You could always blame Finn. I mean, that's the answer, Daniel.
Well, I mean, let's just be real.
But it's your fingers. I get that happening with it when I'm getting into the ganja.
Okay.
All right. Give HK some potency. Yeah, I guess. I mean, listen, this is not a. We're not
What for?
Yeah, what for? offense and crit chances. What I've got on him, offense. Going, man.
Yeah, tenacity down is automatic. You don't need potency for that. It's weird how that works.
Yeah.
Tenacity down is 100%.
Tenacity down is 100%. Yeah. Dane
Word.
Kyrell, you don't have the issue because you don't have mods. Oh, that's so cool.
Oh,
Dane.
snap.
Oh, that's so cool.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Yeah.
He's not wrong, but he.
Speaking truth. Speaking truth.
Sometimes it hurts to be right. It hurts to be right. Okay.
Yeah. Good observation. Good observation.
All right. So, yeah. So I mean, I guess that's the now. Why did they go with bounty hunters for the Death Star?
Because they could. Well,
why not Rebels versus Empire? That doesn't make any damn sense.
Well, it's an exhibition, and they put a contract out on Thrawn, and the bounty hunters went there to get it.
I don't know.
I just made that shit up before that.
Really is no explanation. I mean, there's nothing they could possibly say. I mean, when I thought Death Star, I thought for sure Rebels versus Empire, or Galactic Republic. But even Galactic Republic is really more prequels. Like that's more Clone Wars. I would say, yeah. I mean, I would think Rebels versus Empire. But and then again, they don't pay me to make the big decisions, so I'm not.
No, they sure don't.
No, but I mean, but I'm saying that. I mean, I just would think that if there was, just common sense would dictate that it's going to be the Rebels that are in this event, and it just seems like that's a missed opportunity there. How did Malik die? It doesn't make any sense.
They have that ability. You didn't look at the stuff. They can just use the energy. You've got the same thing. If it's full, you can just kill somebody on the team automatically. And if you don't use it, they will. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think we're getting there here. Hold on 1 second.
Rating's good.
Oh, we got this one. Not 3 stars, but we got it. It's the death mark. Yep. Yeah, I got it. All right. Now we're up to tier 7. I'm not going to do this, but I'll try 5 grief cargo shards. Now they're just getting wacky. Now they're just getting wacky with it. They're just throwing shards out there. 10 grief shards. These guys are nuts. Most relevant character in the game. No, but
I'm pretty excited about it. I'm pretty excited about these light side bounty hunters now.
I like the Mando. I'm really disappointed that we didn't get the child, and I hope that they correct that mistake at a later date. I mean, but maybe that'll be his special move. Maybe when everybody gets their relic moves, maybe the Mandalorian's relic move will be the child coming out in his little orb and just whisking everybody away.
No, the child's ace up their sleeve for a slow quarter.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's a whole nother series they could start. I mean, they're not gonna kill that cash cow. That guy's like the child is like Daryl from The Walking Dead. That thing's gonna be around for the next 30 years. They're gonna milk the hell out of that child. They know they got a hot one there. People like this T-shirt. They're selling T-shirts and dolls. I think that they haven't even released the toys yet. The toys for the child. I think Ranger has one, right? But not the official one. Not the one that's like. Not the one that's got like the motion animatronics in it. Like there's gonna be one that comes out in December, I think. Right? Isn't there one that comes out like around Christmas time?
Okay. I don't know.
Okay. Kind of happy there's no Baby Yoda. That's a guaranteed $500 from my bank account. Yeah. I think there's official ones now. Maybe. I remember that they were released. They usually wait for like around Christmas time to sell those toys. The Baby Yoda is probably going to be that like lightsaber Yoda from a few years ago. Do you remember that lightsaber Yoda that just like teaches you how to use a lightsaber? That one was cool.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, there was one.
I think I remember it.
There's one that moves around, and it's like it's almost like a large size Furby. You know, it kind of moves around though, and it's awesome. But it was like $150 or something like that. I never bought it, but yeah, I mean, I'll probably buy the Child's action figure for my son at some point. So around Christmas time, he'll get a Child. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, what if you guys had to choose like one thing? I'm going to go around the table here. If you guys had to choose like one thing that you would like to see improved about Galactic Challenges, what would that be?
I already said mine.
Yeah, just
Fun.
I mean, I guess just give us rewards. I guess give it either give us a new store, which I know is bad, but like give us currency, whether it be a new store. Just give us something simple as shard shop currency that we can use. However, it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't have to be very much. Just it's got to be better than 1,500 ship credits and a piece of weight gear.
Yeah, rewards are a big thing. You know, because what they need to do is release some of that bottleneck for gear pieces. They really need to. We've got so many tunes now, and yet we're still experiencing the same bottleneck with the same pieces of gear. They need to loosen up a little bit and give us some to actually, you know, get our characters up, like the stun guns or whatever. So, because it seems like, you know, everybody's taking stun guns, so, you know, loosen that up a little bit. That'd be nice.
Is this gonna happen? I don't know.
Don't forget about your energy ability. If it's at 100%, kill someone automatically.
Who should I kill here? Death Trooper, Range Trooper, or Veers?
Whatever makes you tickle your pickle.
I think I'm gonna go with Veers because Death Trooper has ability block. Veers has more health, and Veers has more turn meter. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of Veers. Oh, I may be able to 3-star this.
What?
Okay. Yep. Bang.
There you go.
Bang.
There you go. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Very nice, sir.
Yeah, bang. 3-star, the final tier. That's pretty cool. 15K ship credits. Thank you so much for the 15K ship credits. I don't know what I would have done without that. And now I only have to Relic 5 all of my bounty hunters to get 5 Grief Karga shards.
Yeah.
Or I could just spend 100 crystals and just get 5 Grief Karga shards.
And if you spend 1,600, I think you get 12.
Yeah. Or 7, like you got every single time trying to get, what's it called the other day?
Chewy Baka,
Chewy.
yes. Lucky number 7. Last Sunday, you guys missed it. It was amazing. Lucky number 7.
7 every single time. That's
7
ridiculous.
every time.
Thank you, Nightmare. Thank you, Nightmare. Yeah. So, yeah, that's cool. I mean, I'm you know, I that's way too easy, right? Like you should, I should not be able to just come in here and not have to remod or do anything and defeat tier 7 of this event.
Yeah, that's without characters that have mods for him to beat this. Shame
Right.
Yeah.
The purpose is to be able to use your bounty hunters all the way through and get all the feats. However, you know, it's like, let's just go for it all anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no matter what the team. So.
That's right. Science.
Yep.
I think that was a little easy, to be honest. I mean, like, you know, not saying that. I mean, I literally just beat tier 7 first try with a team that isn't even complete. I mean, like I was running Palpatine instead of Sith Trooper. but whatever, it worked out. I mean, you know, it's fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it's like, again, you know, I mean, is that really, you know, you want to have something that's people are striving to get done. And I mean, I understand that the main goal there is to beat that with your bounty hunters, obviously, to get the Grief Karga shards. But I mean, if you're going to relic 5 your characters, that you need to be, there needs to be something more value there with the rewards. I mean, like I think to myself, like, if I'm trying to go for Grief Karga, if I'm like if they let's say that was like, let's say every week that event returns, and I know I'm going to be able to get 15 or 20 Grief Karga shards every time I beat it. That to me would be more worth it to get that done. But I mean, again, you know, you'd have to alternate the character, because once you have a 7-star Grief Karga, who cares at that point? You know, now you got to give me Mando shards, and you got to give me shards for other characters. Maybe you just
they give you a goddamn thing.
So, I mean, if I were to choose one thing I'd like to see them change, it would be pretty much what Maurice said. I mean, I would say create a store where you have a currency that comes from galactic challenges and victories, and you can basically buy. I wouldn't even want gear in there. I'd want just straight up like a list of characters that are put in there. You know, they could put in like, you know, like I said, like Scout Trooper. They could put maybe just no shard rewards like this. Maybe you don't give shards for the victories. Maybe you just give currency, and then they put Scout Trooper and you know, maybe, you know, like a damaged version of General Grievous, or you know, I mean, you could think of a million different characters. That maybe
kisses, since we're just throwing shit out randomly.
I mean, let's go with the Eternal Twins, since we're just throwing it out.
You know? Hey, Remon, remember when you were asking about remodding your account? It just went down in flames.
Oh no. Oh,
yes.
No. Dane really wants the Eternal Twins to go into the Galactic Challenges store.
No, it's fine. Yeah, well, you didn't have to say anything, but you did.
I think they should do that, though. I think they should throw. I mean, wouldn't that be a cool reward that makes? I mean, like, you know, if you got every time you got currency, maybe you need like 1,600 currency to get like 5 shards for the Eternal Twins. That would be kind of cool. And you only get one. You only get one of them. You know, then you got to get. Maybe you can get Dex in, but you can't get. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they throw a couple of different characters in there and make that the chase. You know, maybe they throw 4 or 5 characters in there that you got to go for. Maybe not the Eternal Twins, but maybe somebody that's a little bit less.
Oh, you said Eternal Twins, so you effed up.
Well, they're kind of a big deal. I'm saying maybe somebody that's less desirable.
Not really. No. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine, real.
Like maybe you know, somebody that's less desirable, like Scout Trooper, or you know, I mean, you know, even Snoke would be a very desirable character that they could throw in there. But they're not going to do that. They're probably going to give us gear, and they're probably going to give us, you know, 5 Grief Karga shards and some Zetas. That's probably what's going to happen. But you know, c'est la vie. Anyway, I mean, I'm glad that they're, like Ranger said, like they're listening to the feedback. I mean, that's an important thing. I mean, at the end of the day, all of this stuff can be adjusted over time. But the fact that they're open-minded to hearing people's gripes and trying to make adjustments is great. However, I do think that after almost, you know, what has it been now? You know, 2.5 years of no real brand new content, because again, everything has just been a reskin of a previous game mode. I think that, you know, we should expect more from Galactic Challenges than what we have right now. I mean, it looks like they just slapped together an event. I mean, really though, it does. It looks like they just slapped together another like event that we're already getting. You know what I mean? And nothing special about it. You know, there's not even any animations. There's no like artwork done for it. It's the same backgrounds that we're getting that we've already played in a million times. Like I thought, at least in the Death Star, they're gonna mix it up a little bit. We don't even see Palpatine's. I mean, I don't know, man. I just. You would think that.
Moving on.
You would think that after all this time, They said they're putting the raid on hold for this, okay? The raid is on hold, guys. New raid, not getting it. We're getting galactic challenges. And then this is what we get? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I agree. I mean, we have to play. I think playing with a wait-and-see approach is definitely the way to go here. And we'll see, 30 days from now, 40 days from now, how this thing plays out. But just initial thoughts and impressions, I would have expected more from a new mode. And I thought that the first one was okay, but I thought that going into the Death Star that they were going to try something special because we haven't had. I mean, I know we've had backgrounds in the Death Star, but they've never actually made an event in this game where the Death Star is a location, like a featured location in the game. This is the first time they've mentioned the Death Star as like an event location, and I was expecting more. I just thought that we'd get something special out of it, and it's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that's not the end. I'm sure we'll see more from the Death Star over time, but I don't know. I agree. I'm not impressed. I was expecting, after all this time, to see something special. But yeah, I mean, they could definitely improve it by adding puzzles and things like that. Maybe change the reward structure, make the events more frequent, create a store and add some currency for it. They could change around the modifiers per level, so it's not just one modifier straight all the way through. Maybe like you have different modifiers from the first battle through the tier 7, so each tier has a different modifier. That would be kind of interesting, so it's not like you're doing the same thing 7 times in a row. These are all things that are there to consider. I mean, I think that you want to be a little bit more creative with this because, again, this game has been out for 5 years. And we've seen this event already, 1,000 times, right? This is just another reskin, right? So, I mean, it's just a regular 5v5, there's not even a second tier, So, I mean, yeah, I would like to see a little bit more creativity with the modifiers and maybe, obviously increase the reward structure, but, maybe some more tinkering around with, different animations, some different special abilities just for the event, kind of like this one that we just had. That was kind of cool. I'd like to see more things like that, but maybe not one where it just kills somebody. Maybe you get kind of like in territory battles, like you get a special cannon or like a special type of weapon that you can utilize in these battles, and that should change from battle to battle. Not the same exact rules 7 times in a row. Every single one should be different. 5v6, yeah, you're right, 5v6. It really comes down to what we expect a new game mode. Thane says, it really comes down to what we expect a new game mode once a year or longer, so it feels like we aren't going to get something new in a while. So if we do, then it won't be so bad. I don't know what the hell you just said right there, Thane, but you're awesome. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, no, I understand. I kind of understand what you're saying. I think you're saying that, we have expectations, and you're saying that if we don't expect anything, then we won't be so upset about it. But, that's not acceptable. I mean, if you're somebody that's spent thousands of dollars on this game, you should have expectations every year that they're going to add to the game. I mean, you're spending money. You're invested in this game. You've also invested your time. For anybody who hasn't spent money, I mean, you've still invested a significant amount of time collecting, playing. Of course, they should be spending time adding new content, interesting content. And I don't know. I mean, being that we've been hearing about this for months, to see that it's just a standard 5v6 battle where I get a couple of, worthless mods and some, some shards for a character I can farm already. Not that exciting, but it makes $15 billion a year. It doesn't make $15 billion a year.
No, with that, no.
No. They've made over $1 billion now in total for sure. That's so the game has actually grossed more than some Star Wars movies over the course of the 5 years. But they just passed that threshold, I think, like last year. They just got. They were at like 990 million or something. They got over 100. They've gotten over $1 billion now with this game. So, pay another company to make new content. They could outsource and focus on fixing fives. They can outsource and just focus on working on fives. That's funny. Yeah.
I think they fixed fives, didn't they?
No, they make more than 15 million a year. That's also they probably make somewhere in the neighborhood of like 200 to 250 million a year, something like that. It's a lot of money. I mean, they probably make 15, 20 million, 30 million a month. Fives is broken again.
Over 9,000.
Stream dropped for a second, but it looks like we're back up. So, went back down. Can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, the stream dropped. Okay, it's going up and then going right back down again. It's not good. I feel like this is not going to be good.
Raymond, just pay the bill without living cocaine.
All right, it's back up now. So, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, the stream is fixed now. So if you guys had any latency there, I apologize. But, yeah, sorry, it's 15 mil a month. I mean, something like that probably. I mean, that makes sense. Like 15 mil a month makes sense. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's one of those things where there is that's a lot of money. I mean, 15 million a month for a mobile game. I mean, do you know how much money that is in comparison to like a AAA game that they spend way more money to build? I mean, like, you know, you're talking about when you're building like a Halo, okay? You're talking about what's going on, Kyrie? What's up, T-Lo Mad? Welcome to the show, guys. You know, when you're talking about a game like Halo, you know how much money they spend to make that game?
$5.
A lot more than they spent on Galaxy of Heroes. You know what I'm saying? And
I'm sorry. What is $5?
What is $5?
Oh, yes. This is Jeopardy. No, but I mean, they spend a lot of money to make those games. So what I'm saying is, you know, these mobile games are cheaper, but the revenue. I mean, this game has made more money than any Halo game. Period. No Halo games made over $1 billion, I don't think. I'm totally speaking out of my ass, by the way, guys. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But I just don't think...
I'm sorry, what is speaking out of your ass? $5.
Let's look this up.
$5. CG loves you long time.
I need to know. Highest grossing video games. So, for example, like Super Mario made $17 billion in 1982.
Oh, I thought it made much more than that. I'm disappointed.
But going down to like around the $1 billion range, just to give you like some perspective there, it made as much. So Galaxy of Heroes has made more money than the original Gears of War, the original Forza, the original Destiny in 2014. They've made more money than Overwatch. They made more money.
Overwatch. Oh my god.
They made more money than Diablo, StarCraft, Red Dead Redemption.
Well, I don't know if I would call like Diablo, StarCraft, and all those separate because they all go to Blizzard. So I think Blizzard's just doing just fine.
Galaxy of Heroes has made more money than Angry Birds. Galaxy of Heroes has made a little bit less money than Tetris. A little bit less money than Tetris.
Well,
okay.
Let's just pack it up. Everybody grab your stuff. Let's go home. There's nothing more to do.
But that's a big
Not
Tetris. Tetris is tremendous. Tetris is a legendary game. It's one of the most popular
it wasn't.
games. Tetra's one of the
That's
most.
why I said let's pack up our stuff and let's go home.
So what I'm saying is, like, to even be in the conversation. I mean, to be a. I mean, Galaxy Heroes made more money than Solo, a Star Wars movie. You know what I mean? So it's. So yes, that's a big deal. So I mean, the amount of money that they've made from this game, absolutely, we should have high expectations. Ridiculously awesome expectations. I mean, it shouldn't be this. So. Again, I mean, there is some stuff that like Ranger has said on previous shows, and he has been saying recently that they have been doing a lot of great things. So let's hold out hope. Let's give the benefit of the doubt to them at the moment. See how things go. I mean, and maybe after this, this set of exhibition Galactic challenges, we'll see some significant improvements and things will change. But initial impressions, not that impressed, and I'm hoping that we see some positive stuff happening here. So we're getting towards the end of the show here. We're not going to have a top 5 and meta report this week. Just not much to discuss on the meta report. It's get your galactic get your galactic legends, Supreme Leader Kylo and Rey, and the top 5. We're probably going to do a top 5 ships because we haven't done that in a while next week. But this week, I just wanted to do the Galactic Challenges with you guys live and kind of discuss this post. So, but we do have some questions that we got a little bit earlier in the stream. So I'm going to go back to those questions and try to answer them now. Additionally, if anybody has any questions or topics that they would like to discuss on the stream, now would be the time to do that before we wrap it up here. So if you guys have any questions or topics, please type them into the chat. We'll scoop them up and discuss them now. Otherwise, we're going to start to go with some of the questions that were already in the chat prior to. So do we have any questions that you already have pulled up, Maurice?
Yeah, man. Let me pull up the pictures I took here. Okay, so we got we got the very beginning of the screen. Darcion said this: what changes do you think CG should make to the rewards now that they have acknowledged the shortcomings, the short fall? I think we've kind of addressed that, but real quick, what do you guys think?
Yeah, we already discussed that in nauseum. So
yeah, okay. Well, let's see. Next one. Where's the love for Dagobah? This is from Nightmare. I'd like to see a game mode where we need to raise Luke's ship out of the swamp.
That is why you failed.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question?
What?
Where's the love for Dagobah? I'd like to see a game mode where we need to raise Luke's ship out of the swamp.
Where were you right now, Remon? Because you weren't paying attention to the questions.
I was reading questions in the chat. I was reading comments. But yeah, no, I was saying that. So yeah, I mean, Dagobah would be cool. We haven't seen Dagobah at all in this game. So that, yeah, I mean, having even if they just had the swamp, and that was a battle area. I mean, they didn't do any battles on Dagobah in the movies. So I mean, I understand that, but I still think that. It would be cool to see the swamp in the game for sure. I mean, I hope that they bring it in as a background at some point. Didn't they have the swamp in a cutscene though for one of the modes? Wasn't that not for Hermit Yoda, but for Luke? Didn't they have? Wasn't the Dagobah swamp in the cutscene for the trailer for Luke?
Don't know.
Don't remember.
I could swear that I remember seeing the Dagobah swamp in the cutscene, but maybe I'm just going nuts.
I don't remember.
Going nuts, man. They're going nuts.
Going nuts. All right, next question.
Another one from Nightmare. Do you think they didn't make us use bounty hunters only for this event because the community would call them out for just blatantly reskinning assault battles? Hence why you can use anything in your roster.
I don't know.
I mean, I think they're going to get called out for reskinning this no matter what. But yeah, I don't think that that's why they chose bounty hunters. I think that they chose bounty hunters because they want you to relic your bounty hunters. You know, I think they chose bounty hunters because that's where it's going to make the money, because they know a lot of people don't have relic bounty hunters. You know what I mean? So they're going to go for their goal. They realized a long time ago is not with the shards anymore. The shards are definitely still a cash maker, but they realize that the real money is in the gear and the relics and the mods and the all that stuff. That's where they're making their bank. So I think that they realize that the best thing that they could do would be to create scenarios where everybody needs to relic and gear every single character that they have in their roster. So they're going to try to create reasons for you to do that. They'll eventually create a reason for us to have our Rogue One characters at Relic 5 at some point, for sure. Wait for that. That's coming. Rogue One team is coming. And I'll be ahead of the curve because I have a Zeta on my my dude. What's his name?
There's no correct answer here.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's $5.
I have a Zeta on my. Come on, I did it for Ranger. What the hell is the name of this character again? I forgot.
You did it for me. I think not.
I did it for Ranger.
I find that hard to believe.
I do a lot of things for you.
No, you don't.
I mean, I breathe for you, Ranger. Just want you to know that.
I just want to say that's total bullshit.
I can't see him. It's,
You even find a character that supposedly you've given your heart and soul for Ranger.
Bodhi Rook. So I Zated my Bodhi Rook. So
Bodhi Rook. Out of all the shit you could have picked in your roster to praise my name for all the stuff I've done for you, you picked the pilot.
Bodhi Rook. I'm ahead of the curve.
You know that area we were talking about earlier? Just hold your breath. I'll tell you when to stop.
Cassian, yeah. There's going to be a Cassian show coming out, so I'm sure that when that happens, they'll probably have some content for Cassian and K2SO at some point too. It's got to be POW. It's got to be POW. Yeah, no, and not POW. But what's the next?
Yeah.
What's the next question?
Oh. Kyrie, when do you think that the new Empire character is coming into the game?
I think soon. I think we're about to start getting some indoor stuff. I think Scout Trooper's the next big imp we're getting. I feel it.
All right, Tylo Mad 92, top 3 characters you want in the game from any media of Star Wars.
I mean,
Mara Jade.
Yes.
Dr. Afrin the Huge Wars would be cool.
I do think Hondo would be cool.
Hondo would be cool.
I want a Hondo. Yeah, I think Hondo. Yeah.
We could get the Inquisitors in for the Empire. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, that was my second.
1st to 7th.
I would personally. I would personally like to see. I would like to see the Vitiate in the game. I would like
Resistance Hero Rose.
Resistance
no.
Hero Rose.
That's not one of them. No.
No, that's not one of them. But I would like to. But I mean, they should have done that. I would like to see. I would like to see Darth Bane, and I would like to see Darth. I mean, we're not going to see Darth Krayt or anybody after. I don't think we'll ever see that stuff. But Darth Bane or
you already got the pilot, so we can't go back.
Darth Malgus. Darth Malgus I'd also like to see in the game too.
Darth Malgus. There you go.
Yeah. That would be my 3. Vitiate, Malgus, and Vane I'd like to see in the game. We'll see. There's also this High Republic stuff that's coming out. I don't know how much is going to be affected by coronavirus, so we'll see. But I know that they're supposed to be writing and editing some new written content for Star Wars. So we're going to be getting a whole new time era where they're going to be writing comics and novels about. So I'm kind of interested to see when that plays out, like what characters that they steal from that for, for the media, for video games, for TV shows, for the things. If it's popular, if the writing is popular, I'm sure that they will create some sort of TV show on Disney Plus for it, or a movie or something, and then they'll also probably create commercials, something in the video games, lunch boxes, all that stuff.
Radio ads.
There was also a question way up top that we missed, and it was from Darth Scion. So, Ranger, how much do Ramon's mods hurt your soul? I mean, you tried and Ramon failed. Long live the dark side.
I mean, you can't be upset at people that just don't care themselves, so I don't care anymore. And he brought up the Eternal Twins, so $5.
Is that the new? Every time somebody brings up the Eternal Twins, they owe Ranger $5.
Yep.
Thing's gonna be a broke
We're going
man.
to we're going to contribute. It's all going to go to the RangerJ1999 Foundation for hookers and blow.
Oh, very nice.
So,
And for my good friend, good old Maurice. You're not invited, Remon. Avinash, you're welcome.
Oh, hey, awesome.
where was the last question that you asked, Maurice?
Who? Skywalker Vader?
Was that the last one you got?
Yeah, Skywalker Vader's the last one I got. So, as now, Galactic Challenges or Assault Battle 2.0, when do you expect new playable content? And then he said, never.
$5.
Well, I mean, technically, this is playable content.
It's just not super duper.
It's not super duper duper. Yeah, I mean, technically,
it is playable content.
Yeah, but
yeah.
yes,
Yeah, I mean, I think that the next, I think that, honestly, and this is just me being real about this, I think that Galactic Challenges is going to suck. I think that's just the way it's going to be. I don't think no matter what they do to fix this, there's no way to fix it. It's the same thing over again. There's nothing new about it or exciting. And I think it's going to suck. So I think what's going to end up happening is the next real content that we're going to get that you're talking about that's going to be something different is going to be a raid. And it'll probably be either sometime later this year or next year. But I think that whatever raid that they put on pause, if it's the Death Star raid or whatever, like if it's something else, I think that raid is going to be the thing that everybody's looking forward to. That's going to be the one that everybody dives into and is excited to kind of digest. A new raid is always exciting. People that for the first few weeks, people are trying to figure it out and figure out different teams that work. The new raid is always a very exciting thing for the game. So that'll probably be the next big exciting thing that'll happen. This is going to be something to hold you over in. But I think unless they make some significant changes to the structure of this new game mode, I think that in large part most people are going to be overall disappointed about it. That's just my opinion.
So let it be written, so it'll be done.
Question: we should gauge the $1 billion on CGs since we all know that the money went to fund Battlefront 2 and Star Wars Squadrons. I can't wait for Star Wars Squadrons. I'm looking forward to trying that out. That's going to be cool. And I'm an Origin Premier member, so I've already got Madden 21. I'm playing that piece of shit right now. And as soon as Squadrons drops, I am going to stream that live for sure. I'll probably get early access to it. So, what's the next question?
I think that was the last one I had.
Nightmare just had a question a few seconds ago. He said, if they brought Luke's ship to the game, would they also not give it a Rebel tag for making Rebels too OP like they did to Jedi Knight Luke?
Now that they make the pilot Farm Boy Luke, that'll silence everybody.
Yeah, no. I mean, if they make Farm Boy Luke, yeah, I mean, that would be a thing. But I think that Luke's ship would be for CLS, personally. I don't think it'd be for Jedi Luke. I think it'd be for CLS.
Could be. Rogue Squadron leader, Red 5, yeah.
And then it would have to have the Rebel tag. So, for sure, I think they'd have the Rebel tag. Plus, they're going to go back to Rebels meta again at some point. Right now, they're just...
Are they?
For sure. Right now, they're going towards the, obviously they're going towards the Separatists and the Galactic Republic, but I think that Han's Millennium Falcon is too iconic of a ship to not see its relevancy again at some point. They're going to rework that ship at some point to make it super OP. They're going to give it a special new ability. They're probably going to add new ship abilities at some point down the road, you know, with new mats. I mean, they've done this already with characters. I would see them, you know, they're going to create some sort of a relic system for ships too, you know.
I think they don't know what the hell they're doing with ships. They have no, like, pathway with ships. I don't see it. This ships has been a disaster since it's come out. It just really has. They've really not done anything of significance with ships whatsoever, because I just don't think they have a direction with them.
I hope they don't bring in vehicles, Nightmare. Maybe like as an add-on, like for a special type of game mode, maybe like they add vehicles to like Arena so we can all have like a vehicle as a companion to our 5. You know, maybe that's something like that would be interesting, but I hope they don't create another... Ships is already a disaster. Adding another game mode, basically, like another section of the game. Basically, Ships is basically a separate, entire different game. You know, so, I mean, like, adding another game, basically, within this game related to vehicles would be a nightmare, I think. Especially since there's a lot of ships in Star Wars. In vehicles, there are definitely cool vehicles, but there's not that many that are really interesting. I mean, like, you know, once you get your AT-AT and your AT-ST and... You know,
that's all I need, man. If I can kill a bunch of Ewoks with those bad boys or just step on some rebels, I'm happy.
That's pretty much it. I mean, like, you know...
That's all I need. That and $5.
They're not going to let you have the ATT tank or anything like that out there, so that's not going to happen.
They will for me.
They gave us pilotless ships, further mocking Bodhi's status as a shipless pilot. A shipless pilot. That's true, yeah, he is a shipless pilot.
Yes, the character that Remon's working on my namesake, and why I will not ever help him again.
Your namesake? Oh, man. All right, so I think that's it for the question.
Look, you said it, not me, man. You dug your hole. I'm just filling it in with the dirt.
And that's what you do. You dig holes and fill them in with dirt.
Yeah, with you inside it.
Nightmare, would you rather sell your car to pay your internet bill or to buy Rex from Bronzium packs? Well, I mean, I already bought Rex from Bronzium packs. But at this point, if I had to sell my car again, I'd pay for the internet bill because this internet is pissing me off. But actually, it's been okay. I mean, you know, we've had a few minor hiccups, but I mean, we haven't had any disastrous. I mean, I hope I don't speak too soon here, but you know, we had a couple of weeks straight where, like, it restarted the stream like 3 times in a night, right? Like, you know, like it was just a disaster. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. But all right, it seems like I missed your question before your last one. Okay, let me see. Oh no, I did ask that question. That was the one about the Bronzium packs, right? So I think I asked.
Well, there were lots of the questions that weren't questions; they were just like comments.
Yeah, it's true. And Tilo Mad said, "I would hope you could use them with characters, just depending on the vehicle. It would take multiple character slots." Yeah, it depends. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. If Comcast is your ISP, Mike, no. I have Verizon. So Verizon's actually, I have gigabyte internet. So I'm supposed to have 1,000 megabytes per second. I mean, obviously that's never going to be real. That's never going to happen. So I mean, I do get like typically like 260 to 300, which should be way more than enough. I mean, it only uses 31 or 4,000 kilobytes per second for the stream. That's the max you could possibly use. So, you know, I mean, I don't know why I have a problem, but maybe there's something else in some setting that I don't have set correctly. I mean, listen, you know, there's a master streamer out there like RangerJ1999. All I can do is pick his brain and hope to Christ that I get it right. You know what I'm saying?
$5.
$5. Ramona's using his BlackBerry hotspot. Yeah, the BlackBerry hotspot. All right. All right, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Me and Maurice are going to go play some Borderlands 3. Maurice is on it. Okay. No, I'm just kidding, but you should totally play some Borderlands 3 with me. I'm just throwing that out there. And yes, I'm asking you to play video games with me on the stream. So let's do that. But I mean, seriously though, I appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. Thank you for coming, everybody, and for contributing. It was great chat tonight. Lots of great conversation here and great questions. So we'll be back next Sunday with some more show. I am going to be I am getting the new character in Power Rangers, and I'll be streaming that tomorrow. So definitely check out the live show tomorrow night with the new Power Rangers character. I believe it is the Blue Ninja Force character, so that's going to be kind of cool. So definitely make sure to check that out. But what's going on with your guys this week? What's going on with Operation Metaverse this week?
Thursday night, we'll be streaming at 10:30, per usual, over on the Operation Metaverse YouTube channel.
Link is in the description, guys. Make sure to go check out Operation Metaverse. I'm sure you guys are all subscribed there already, but if not, go do that. And what about the Reality Skewed Gamers this week, Ranger?
Same old. We'll start getting into GAC. We'll have the lunch stream. Now we're flipping it this week where I'll be on Twitch and Finn will be on YouTube, but we'll still have the same times for our main YouTube stuff. So Wednesday night for the normal stream will be on YouTube. And then Saturday will be the Jedi Academy. And then third link of the one stream. And then lots of other games and stuff. We have our D&D campaign. Couldn't do it this week. We have some people that were out of commission. So we weren't able to do D&D this weekend, but we should be back up and running next weekend. So lots of stuff for everybody to check out on both our Twitch and our YouTube channel.
Absolutely. And is there anything to announce for Boba's?
Just doing some recordings, a couple live streams. I'm working with Knights of the Robot Wizards, to which we're going to start doing some streaming there as well. Maybe a little bit of theory crafting, that kind of thing. So that's something that I'm working on now. Now that I've dropped some accounts, so I don't have 18 accounts anymore. So I've dropped some accounts and I have a little bit more free time so I can do stuff now. Yay.
I'm going to be doing a podcast with Patrick AF and Syracuse Jedi. I don't know what their channel is. As soon as I get that info, I'll mention it again on next week's show. But a friend of mine, AME, Alpha Mall Eliza, basically hooked me up with them, and we're going to be doing a podcast on the history of guilds in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So when I do get that recording done and I know more about when that's going to be live, I will let you guys know on the next episode of the live show here where to check that out. So I'm going to be talking with them about the history of the guilds in the game. And, I've been around since the beginning of guilds, so I mean, there's a lot to talk about there, I'm sure. I'm interested to see what they have to say, too. So it'll be an interesting conversation, and I'll be recording that on Wednesday, but I'm not sure when that podcast is going to go live. So I'm sure it'll be either later this week or next week, but I'll let you guys know. But I hope everybody, Tilo Mad, and, I'm glad you were able to show up. Doesn't matter, late is better than never. And, we'll be back next week with some more shows. So just come check us out then. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their weekend. Again, make sure to check out Reality Skewed Gamers, Operation Metaverse, and Boba's Alliance. The links are in the description of the show here, and like I said, I'll be on live tomorrow night with some Power Rangers. But everybody have a great rest of your weekend. May the Force be with you, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good night, everybody.